All right, we are back with Kicking It With Kula, all things hip-hop. It's not just music, people. It is a culture. And Apple Brown Betty is part of that culture. Speaking of culture, before we get into your upcoming events and, showcase you and brag about where you're going to be and doing that stuff, there's two things I want to talk about when I saw you I wouldn't say perform because I wasn't there, but I saw you at RVA Rap Elite. Mm-hmm. I want to talk about that experience, and I want to talk about when you went to the Apollo.
Oh, okay.
So which one you want to talk about first?
Dealer's choice.
Let's talk about the RVA Rap Elite. Kick it to me. What made you sign up to do that?
I honestly don't remember. I just got a wild hell one day. I think me and Radio B were probably already Facebook friends, mm-hmm. and I saw some posts, and Sade did an interview years and years ago when she first came out with Love Is Rock. That was like 2001, and that was her first studio album probably in like 20 years. Mm-hmm. And in the interview, she said she only writes when she has something to say. So when the RVA, I don't believe in coincidence, divine timing.
Talk to him.
So when the RVA Rap Elite post started popping up, I had something to say.
Okay.
So I just threw my hat in the ring.
You're not the only comedian that's been on that platform. Like, because Moo
Cuzzo, I know Moo does it. I don't know about. I'm not sure about anybody else in comedy.
I think just so far, I think it's been you and Moo as comedians. Mm-hmm. So there's a big correlation between hip hop and comedian.
Definitely.
Like Kevin Hart hangs out with rappers, and Cat Williams hangs out with rappers. Like, what's the correlation between comedians and rappers?
Well, I'll tell you, and it's a cool story. I got to send him the clip of what I'm about to say. But so my manager is Bob Sumner, one of the founding producers of Def Comedy Jam.
Nice.
He started that.
Okay.
He started that. He started the whole having a DJ at the comedy show so
mm-hmm.
that, people are playing on stage to the music, or, if there's an intermission or something like that, he put Kid Capri on Def Comedy Jam. Yep. And so now most comedy shows, if they're black shows, they have a DJ. Mm-hmm. So I think that Def Jam being a legendary music house, when they broached into comedy, mm-hmm. It just kind of went hand in hand. But I think, again, the pen is the pen. You know what I mean?
The pen is the pen.
It's writers, it's creatives, it's comedians. We might listen to music when we create. Rappers might go to a show to blow off some steam.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, but it's all rooted in, like you keep saying, the culture.
It is the culture.
Because rappers write about their experiences, and comedians get on stage and we joke about our experiences.
Yeah, because comedians are MCs.
Definitely.
A lot of times y'all are booked to host the shows.
Definitely.
To keep the vibe of the show funny and upbeat and engaging before mm-hmm. like a fashion show
mm-hmm. And musical comedy is a thing.
True.
Yeah.
True. What is it about musical comedy? Like, for instance, who's a musical comedian to you?
So there's a young lady named Heather Joyce. Out of Fredericksburg, tiny little mousy looking white girl. Mm-hmm. I love Heather Joyce. She's hilarious.
Okay.
She starts her set off with some standard jokes, but then she pulls out her I don't know if I guess it's a ukulele.
Okay.
But I feel like it's something else that's like a ukulele. But she does her musical comedy, and musical comedy is basically singing funny songs.
Right.
Okay. We came up on Saturday Night Live, Adam Sandler singing his song. That's musical comedy.
Yes.
I'm here. It's not what I do. I mean, I'm known to break out into a little sing song here and there, to compliment a joke or sing a joke.
Like 95 South. When they start comedy, then they break out with the band and start freestyling on stage.
Yes, and it's funny.
Yeah, it
make it funny. Yeah.
It is funny. I think you and Patrice?
Mm-hmm, Patrice.
I think you and Patrice have that same kind of... Because she raps too, right?
She does. Patrice does. Patrice DeVoe, the homie. I love her. Like, I'm blessed. Like, it's been my fervent prayer in this business for God to send me his people. Because, entertainment can just be so not that, So, no, Patrice is I love her dearly, like in and outside of comedy. You know what I mean?
I think that would be like a dope version.
We need to get on a song together. Like, she has stuff that's like out on YouTube. But yeah. Definitely Patrice. She's gifted.
So, Apollo. Mm-hmm. What was that like? What was the Apollo like?
I did the Apollo twice, and the first time was such a magical experience. There's a man named Dwight Jordan who books and handles all the well, not books all the talent, but he handles, I don't know, I'm not sure what his actual production capacity. He's a producer there at the Apollo, and just a gentle spirit, and I just love. He's the kind of person that you meet him for 5 minutes and you will elbow somebody in the temple for the wife. Just a good dude,
Bow, bow, bow.
But
with the Dusty Rose elbow,
right? And when I went the first time, he took us on stage, and the log that you rub for good luck. So to be clear, like, we didn't do like amateur night. It wasn't like a boo situation.
Okay.
No, we were booked there as a part of the showcase.
Okay.
So it was like a paid performance and everything, which is already a feather in your cap.
Right. Exactly.
So he took us on stage, rubbed the log, but he told us the history of that log. So that log came from a tree. No, I can't. I don't like that. I can't remember the name of the tree, but it was the Tree of Hope.
Okay.
The Tree of Hope that was in Harlem, and people would come and make wishes on it. I'm into all the...
Yes, you are.
I believe in magic.
Yes, you do.
So people would come and leave their petitions and, make wishes at the Tree of Hope. Somebody's sick, or you're having a monetary issue, what have you. Or especially like in entertainment, And at some point, it was decided the tree would be cut down. And so the people, it was so important that the city came and was like, hey, would you like to have this piece of the tree? And so that's the log that we see on the Apollo stage. So people rub it for good luck. But him just, like, I cried when I was on stage and I rubbed the log and everything, because he was giving us the history, the people who have come on that stage. I'm on the same stage as, James Brown. And he told us a cool story for me, one quick anecdote. There was one night, there was a lady who was there to dance. But before she went on, there was a dance troupe that went on, like 3 sisters. And they brought the house down. And she was like, well, I can't follow them. And the producer was like, you better do something. So she said, well, I can sing a little bit. And she went out there and sang. And that woman was Ella Fitzgerald.
Shut up.
Apollo, baby. An Apollo legend.
What?
Now, speaking of this, the second time I did the Apollo, I dressed up as Kiki Shepard.
Definitely giving the wood out.
I did. I dressed up as Kiki Shepard because it was just such a moment, and I wanted to pay homage to her, because it used to be like
she was the Black Vanna White.
She was.
Yeah.
On Saturday night, it used to be like Apollo and Soul Train. You stay up and watch those, and so that was a really good experience. So the first time I featured, the second time I hosted the show, but it was cool.
I didn't know. Okay, so that makes sense why you dressed up as Kiki Shepard.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, so before we go, I know we talked about your top 5 MCs. Who are the top 5 comedians for you?
I
know, because it's a show about hip hop, so we're going to touch base more on hip hop. But as a comedian, I want to know who are some of the comedians that molded, influenced, and gave you that insight to just get on the stage and make the funny jokes that you do.
So the crazy thing about that is I don't really have a GOAT comedian.
Okay.
I don't watch a lot of comedy. I'm not a person who studies the greats and all that, because I don't want to be influenced. I don't want my voice to be influenced.
I'm like
by
that when I
nobody
write.
else's point of view. But there's one comedian who's been instrumental, and I had no vision of being a comedian as a child, but it's Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh, her one-man show.
We all remember that, and we all remember the towel on the head, and everybody
Fontaine.
talk about But for me, that's the easy part. For me, it was seeing a dark-skinned woman
with locks,
and the cheekbones, and because in the 80s,
the black gums and big teeth,
all
of it.
Because in the 80s, comedy was, that HBO thing that was Gary Shandling and Billy Crystal and Martin Short, and that's cool. I love all those guys too.
Yes.
But when that black woman got up there, because see, the thing about it is, people used to call me Whoopi Goldberg as an insult when I was a child.
It's never an insult.
First of all, Whoopi been fine.
Never an insult.
Still fine at 68 years old. So, like, I didn't know that when I was a child.
White boys was lining up for her to talk.
Wasn't they? I didn't know as a child that, that she was as gorgeous as she was. And people used to call me Whoopi as a joke, But when I got older and started doing comedy, it's just like, I'll take that. And Whoopi said one of the realest things I ever heard. My favorite TV show is RuPaul's Drag Race. Mm-hmm. And Whoopi was a judge on that one time. And she was telling one of the queens, like, she said, you don't have to worry about being funny, because I'm not funny. I just tell a mean story. And I'm known for my storytelling.
That's one of my favorite episodes on RuPaul when she was on there.
Yeah.
Woo, that's a mean show.
Yeah, love Whoopi. But like my favorite comedians are probably all people you never heard of.
Like the locals?
Yeah, the people that I actually have the pleasure of working with. Mm-hmm. Like there's a woman named D-Lo out of Baltimore, a crowd killer. It's a white boy named Matt Deakins. Hilarious to me. These people out of the DMV area. I work a lot in the DMV area. It's a dude named Justo out of Baltimore. You need to take your wallet out your pocket and go get a ticket to wherever Justo is at.
Okay.
And then like even locally here in Richmond, like I love watching Lazarus Hamlin.
Lazarus has me reaching for my inhaler when I go see him because he makes my chest tight from laughing so hard.
Yeah.
And I just didn't see it until he started. I think I got hit with Laz like before 2020 when we used to go the spot off of the soul food spot.
Sunday service.
Yeah, Sunday service.
Yeah.
Oh, weak, like side hurting.
Yeah, Lazarus is his style is so effortless. He has such an unassuming approach. It's so effortless. He's gonna take you on that trip with him.
And you don't see it coming.
You don't see it coming, and you're gonna be on his side. J-Ron makes J-Ron is a fool. I would I have two favorite hosts in comedy. J-Ron is my male, and Gina G. I don't know if you ever seen Gina G.
I haven't seen Gina yet.
Gina G, she a LA girl, but she be all over the country. And I think she won like Florida's funniest female at one point. Gina G, high energy. And because that's not me. I'm not super animated on stage, but I love to watch Gina G.
But you're smart. Oh, you're so smart.
Thank you.
You are so smart. And I feel like people have to be intelligent to get your comedy and to laugh when you're supposed to laugh.
I'm glad you said that because in this sphere, a lot of times people don't see smart comedy and black comedy as the same thing. It's like, baby, I'm smart and I'm black. I don't have to pander. If I'm in a white room, I do the same jokes, the same set. Now, granted, you want to play to the room you in, right? Definitely. But no, smart comedy is black comedy. So even if I'm not a person who comes out dancing or do a lot of DJ hit, I don't do all that. But it's definitely a space for that. That doesn't make that comedy not smart.
I saw the big clip when you was talking about Abigail and Winsome.
Yeah.
And you was talking about that, how that lady ain't got her hair done. And every time I see her, I'm speaking.
Yeah.
That clip when I was like, your hair isn't done.
I just feel like, we got to give black people a chance. And a lot of times when I get on stage, like at the Apollo, for instance, the second time, they, like my homeboy Rashawn Reese, who's also hilarious. He's out of Jersey. He's my label mate. He's signed to the same management company as I am. And his words were, people don't know how to take you. You on the stage, you in a gown. You know what I'm saying? I dress real
nice red lip.
So it's not the normal look and everything. And then, but you got to give black people the chance. Just get up there and be funny.
You are funny.
And trust them to go with you, because I might be talking about a topic you ain't heard before, or I might be, using, language you don't use all the time. But you got to trust your audience, and you got to do comedy the way that you do comedy. And when I'm in a black space or a white space, I'm still gonna be me.
You don't deviate.
I don't. And those my people out there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that doing smart comedy means that it's not black comedy.
True stuff. So tell us where you're going to be, what upcoming events you have going on, and tell us how we can support you and follow you.
Where I'm gonna be, girl, I don't know. What's today? What the day is. I always know the date, but I don't know the day. So today is Tuesday the 16th?
Yes.
So this Thursday I'll be in DC at Prima DC. Shout out to Neverboard TV. We're shooting an episode of We Listen and We Don't Judge, which is the audience puts like things. It's like comedy therapy, but we make it funny. It's hilarious. Good show. This weekend on Sunday, I'm filling in for the homie Moo Cuzzo at Comedy Sports, teaching a comedy class there. As far as shows, the 24th...
You teaching a comedy class where?
At Comedy Sports. I'm not sure what's going on. I just told him, I do it, because that's my boy. We'll figure that out. Next week on the 24th, I'm at the Lion's Den here in Richmond. I should have had my phone out so I can have my calendar. But if you follow me on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok, my TikTok is terribly neglected because I'm old, but it's Apple Brown Betty on all social media. And I there's a link to my link tree. You can see all my shows. All right. I'm super excited. October 12th, I'll be performing. I'll be the warm-up act for the Hey Ladies show at the Because They're Funny Festival. So that's a show with Zaynab Johnson, Leslie Lau, Tisha Campbell is a comedian now. Gina from Martin, she's on the show. And it's hosted by Samoa. So
my God!
I'm super excited about that.
Do you feel like you've arrived?
No, because I got to go to work tomorrow.
Shut.
Long as I'm punching the clock. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm grateful for all my success. Like my trajectory has been amazing. This is not the way it usually go for people. People don't get the shows I'm on and the having management and all that stuff at this stage in my career like I am. But it don't feel real till the money come in.
Well, I appreciate you taking time out your schedule.
Thank you.
Mentally, emotionally, and physically, and coming down with me and chopping it up. It's always a vibe when you come through. And I am truly grateful that you found the time to come kick it with Kula.
I'm truly grateful for being invited because I know everything you do is quality. So I appreciate being in there for what's for dinner.
Oh, my God. I'm going to Pizza Hut.
I can't have bread.
It's cooking it. See what you did to me?
Because she do everything. She be cooking. She be rhyming.
I'm trying to figure out what's for dinner now. You are tuned in with Kicking It with Kula, all things hip hop. And it's not just music. It's a culture. And our special guest, Apple Brown Betty, I'm so grateful. Thank you for coming in. Make sure y'all tune in every Saturday on K101.2 Pop from 2 to 3. It's your girl, Kula.
Beep, 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 beep.
I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.